Well, just hours ago, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump wrapped up their highly anticipated debate. Razor-thin margins currently separate the two in the latest CBS News battleground polls. The candidates went head-to-head on some of the nation's top issues.
So the more than 90-minute debate soon turned into a sparring match over issues like the economy and immigration. Former president spread misinformation about migrants in Ohio, claiming they were stealing pets and eating them. Now, both candidates continued to make their case after the debate. Vice President Harris greeting supporters at an event in Philadelphia, while former President Trump claimed victory while speaking to reporters.
This was my best debate. I thought it was very good.
This is very much two different visions for our country.
Now, both campaigns will be taking a pause today. This, of course, to mark 23 years since the September 11th attacks. That was video right there of Taylor Swift, because she had endorsed the vice president last night for president. Those candidates will return to the swing states tomorrow.
Both vice presidential candidates did respond to the debate. Here's what each of them had to say about abortion.
The president's been very clear that he doesn't want a national abortion ban. I think in some ways he finds the question a little bit ridiculous, because why are we asking him about legislation that's never going to actually happen, and why he would veto it or not veto it when he says very explicitly that he doesn't support a national abortion ban and he wants these policies to be made by the states.
Everything Donald Trump said, that is untrue. The clarity of this is Roe. When you have Roe, you have the protections in place where women make their own decisions with their health care providers, not Donald Trump.
So the debate between Senator Vance and Governor Walz, that's coming up on October 1st. You can watch it right here on WCCO. And remember, Election Day, that clock, it is ticking down, now 55 days away. You can count on us to bring you the latest campaign updates on TV and our free streaming service, CBS News Minnesota. So, of course, Minnesota sounding off after last night's debate as well.
A number of local organizations are chiming in after a contentious back and forth between those two candidates. Pauline Lee joining us from the live desk this morning. And Pauline, we know you'd been doing your research to say, what are people saying out there about this debate?
Yeah, we expect more responses coming in the coming days as well. As we all know, this was a chance for voters to hear the candidates on the issues, especially important for Harris with her late start in this race, as polls show 1/3 of voters don't know where she stands on the issues. So DFL Chair Ken Martin said in part, Kamala Harris's overwhelming victory tonight set up a clear choice for Minnesotans in this election. A convicted felon who is running to gain power for himself versus a prosecutor who has fought her whole career to improve people's lives. And it's worth noting we're still waiting to hear from a reaction from the Minnesota Republican Party as well. But our Republican analyst, Amy Koch, had this to say about the former president's performance last night.
I think that both of them had a mixed bag tonight. I don't think that Kamala Harris necessarily landed the final blows, and neither did the president. The former president was more disciplined in this debate than I've ever seen him, and he was more on message. He missed a couple opportunities around immigration, but he absolutely landed when it came to economy, when it came to foreign policy.
And let's go back to that topic of immigration, because one local immigration group here in Minnesota, the Minnesota Immigrant Rights Action Committee, says that category was a big miss for both candidates. Writing on Facebook, Trump spit racist vitriol versus immigrants from his first statement to his last. Harris didn't refute his anti-immigration tirade. We'll keep organizing for immigration rights. Join us. Immigrants are welcome here. No more deportations. No one is illegal on stolen land. Hashtag debate 2024. So it's still clear, even after one debate, both candidates have a lot to prove for voters in this final stretch of the election, guys.
And we know that might be the one and only debate there. All right, Pauline, thank you.
So something happening later today. You can see how accessible voting technology can help more people vote. Hennepin County Elections and Rev Up Minnesota will hold an open house at the Minneapolis Central Library that's downtown. There's technology there that helps show ballots in large print or high contrast backgrounds. The machine can read the ballot to voters through headphones as well, and voters can make their choices using a Braille keypad, touchscreen, or sip and puff device.
The St. Louis County Board has given initial approval for next year's maximum property tax levy. Now, yesterday, the board's committee of the whole agreed to a property tax levy increase of 7.23%. But since so many new homes have been built in St. Louis County over the past year, that levy would be divided amongst more taxpayers. So someone who owns a $400,000 home would actually see a $10 decrease in their county portion of the property taxes. The St. Louis County Board will take a final vote on September 24th.
The man who murdered a trans woman in Minneapolis will learn his fate today. 38-year-old Savannah Williams found shot in the head in the area of East Lake Street and 4th Avenue South last November. The criminal complaint said 25-year-old Demarion Bible confessed to shooting her after meeting her at a bus stop and later having sex. The complaint says Bible shot Williams because she, quote, made him feel suspicious. An
Anoka man is now charged with shooting a gun outside of Northtown Mall in Blaine. Those shots rang out on Sunday afternoon, and the Northtown Mall was evacuated and put on lockdown. We could see shattered glass inside the doors there. Nobody was hurt. Now, police say they looked at surveillance video and saw a fight between two groups before the shooting. A state patrol trooper says he saw 20-year-old Maurice Nayland running from the scene. Nayland was arrested. He is now charged with multiple felonies related to the shooting.